What's up? What's up? What's up?
What time is it?
Huh?
What time is it?
Hmm. 019.
109. She says 109. Upstairs.
He on
He on that video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what's up, y'all? Here we go. Y'all know how I do videos. I come in and go out when I feel like it and how I feel like it. I'm glad y'all here watching.
On the iPad.
Oh, he was on the iPad? Oh, cool. I was just sitting here talking to my uncle here from out of town. And we were talking about stuff. And we're talking about the older guys and the ladies who won't let go. That's what I was talking about. I wanted to go right there. And why I be saying y'all don't believe in God. And some people say I'm stretching, I'm going too far. I'm telling you, you don't believe in God. I don't care what you say. You prayed today, you prayed yesterday, last night, this morning. You're lying to yourself. I don't know what God it was you was talking to, but you lied, and he was lying to you. Talking to the people who like body augmenting and changing how you was born. You can't tell me you love and believe in your God, but you just satisfied with what he gave you and how he made you. You saying, oh no, you know, he gave me the gift to, and the money and the income and the job to be able to get more butt. You lying. He put you here according to your story. In your storyline, he put you here how he made you. He knew how you was going to be and everything. So when you go add a butt, and my brothers who add your Beijing hairline back and paint half your forehead back on, you're lying. You saying, God, I'm not comfortable with what you woke me up with. I don't look good. I know I think I love you, but if I really loved you like I said I did, I would be able to accept what I look like right now. Because what I look like don't count. So you lying. Even the pastor that was talking to y'all Sunday, he was lying. You know how I know he was lying? Because he told y'all he didn't feel right in his suit. It was kind of tugging because he ate too much Thanksgiving dinner. And he lied. He lied. He fat. He was fat the week before that. Talking about God lied to him. That God that he's talking about. So I'm talking to the people who gonna sit here and say, so you saying you don't believe in God? No, I'm saying that I don't know what you're talking about. When you say you believe in the God, you know what I'm saying? I done heard people told me. I'm gonna ask my uncle something, and this is a good reference because y'all don't know what he know, and y'all don't know what we know. We don't know what y'all know. We don't know everything, but we know more than what you know. So. I don't heard people, is Jesus and God the same?
Depending on what religion you're in.
Okay, that's fair.
In Christianity, Christians don't realize that yes, in essence they are one, but they split them into the Trinity to try to make it clear to people. But is Jesus? Yes, Jesus said, I and the Father are one, according to their book. So, yeah.
That's where I had the problem with when I was talking to the person, because they were saying, well, you know, he came on the earth. So I was trying to explain to the person, like, I get that, I get all of that, but I also get where context play a part in what you're supposed to comprehend. And when I'm comprehending the story, what I'm hearing is a person who has, you're saying, manifested, not you, but they saying he manifested himself high, whatever, and he put himself here on earth to have the human experience. While that person is here, who is he speaking to in third person? If he is himself manifested here, who is he talking to when he say, my father this or my father that? And he's talking to somebody. Who is he talking to if he is himself here? What force is higher than he that he's speaking back to? He asked for somebody, and he asked them, why did y'all forsaking me? That's what your story said. He said up on the cross. Who is he talking to if he is himself here, manifested? Why is it necessary to ask myself that? That was my argument with the person. You know, they couldn't explain it.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, I'm not saying that what you saying ain't the truth to you. Maybe I'm taking it wrong. But when I'm hearing this person is talking to that source simultaneously while he's operating, there's no need to refer to myself for anything if I'm the source.
I'm the source.
So it made me go into looking into some some other studying. I found out 3 different Jesuses.
Mm-hmm.
2 was ruled out by most scholars. 1 was ruled in due to him being a magician.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of a book called Jesus the Magi?
Yeah, the Magi. Mm-hmm. Again, like that joint before you.
So yeah, Jesus the Magi. I had to pause for a second. Y'all seem to little break. Don't say nothing. I would like if y'all hit that Cash App and donate to the channel. I'm telling you more than your preacher ever going to tell you. So I looked at the book, and like all books, I seen how it could be possible. I seen how that could be more possible than the fact that the person actually being here doing what they were saying and it being tricked on people too. If you look at the specific works that they were saying, those were easy tricks for Magi at that time. That don't mean that there wasn't a Jesus. There were 3 of them. It's just that the story ain't the same. So when you tell people that, oh, you don't believe in God, I never said I don't believe in something bigger than me.
Right.
I'm telling you, I don't believe in the God that you talking about.
Right.
And the one you keep
Yours.
trying to give to me.
Yeah. Don't believe in your God.
That's
all.
you know,
That's all.
I do believe that there's something and some things. Oh, what should I say? I only use believe for the public because they don't know. But I know there's some stuff bigger, stronger, faster, lighter, more luminous than me. For me to think that I'm the greatest thing in the universe is the stupidest thing that a person could think if we are still discovering things.
That's what Christianity, that's what all the religions teach, though. You know, that's what all the religions teach.
That's exactly what they teach.
You know?
Religion got a chokehold on people that's out of this world. And like I said, I don't be saying it to bring people down and to not or to go against what make them feel good. Because if religion being in your life is doing or keeping you happy, then okay, by all means indulge. But once you understand what it is, you'll see how much more in every area you could have if that wasn't right there, holding you within the bounds of its principles and its rules, because that's who you're complying with. The rules of the book and the person who's running your church is who you're complying with. Now, I also ain't mad at the pastors who be running those churches and doing what y'all be doing. So I'm talking to everybody. Don't get it twisted. Every hustle deserves some muscle. So what I'm saying is, if people in 2024 don't realize the levels of, these religious and spiritual schools of thought, and you still want to be stupid like that, now in 2024, if you got a street like ours in Cleveland, Ohio, between St. Clair and Superior, where there's 19 churches, you know that on Sunday, church ain't church. It's club day. That's a strip. With every strip, got the biggest pimps and the biggest, out there. Coming out the churches on the strip, looking at everybody's cars and outfits. How do you know this? How do you know they're not doing good? Because there's 19 churches from here to here, and this is the poorest community within the range of those churches. That's how you know.
Churches ain't changing that.
They not changing the community. Most of the congregation don't even live around. The people that go to those churches don't even come from the neighborhood.
Only change is from quarters to a full dollar. That's all.
That's it.
The only change you getting is the money changing.
That's it. So that's why I say, so religion, yeah, if you think it's cool, it's cool. Even, let's go over a little further. Because, see, you know, somebody agreeing with me right now, and they stupid because they don't know. Oh, yeah, that's why I'm spiritual. You lying, too. What is a spirit? Can you identify yours? Don't tell me how spiritual you are. If you don't know how to identify yours, if you can't identify yours, then there's nothing you can tell me about how to recharge yours. You don't even identify it yet. And you're not spiritual. You just want to do what everybody else doing. Talk about some you from Africa. You want to go sit over here, sing Kumbaya, and hum, and say some chants, and dance barefooted. Look, everyone is not from Africa. So, somebody again, I'm talking to the, newsflash, to the guy in the back that's taking notes, that's going to say, haha, shit, he don't know anything. You know, the oldest person found is their bones come from Africa. No, the oldest bones that they made public that they found that were very old just happened to be from the area of Africa. If that's the only place I'm digging and telling you that I'm digging to show you stuff, then of course, this is the business. If I dig over here in Arizona, I'm guaranteed to find some bones older.
The illusion of choice.
Yeah. Older.
We act like we give you a choice, so we not.
Yeah. So that's why. So if you think like that. Let me tell y'all something. Why nobody else, no other country has an ologist? Talking to the smarty that was taking the notes back there. What do you mean an ologist? Egyptologist.
Yeah.
Where's your Ohioologist? Where's your Americanologist? Where's your Mexicanologist? They don't exist. You needed a specific science field built to support a lot that big. You needed that. Nothing else could have held that if you couldn't at least say, well, it's people digging this stuff up. These are archaeologists. These niggas make President Fair to go over here and lollygag for years to bring you 2 stones. Talk about this. We believe this came from Mars 1 million years ago. And what brought me to that conclusion, bro? What are you measuring?
Yeah.
What are you measuring with?
By what standards?
What is?
Yeah, how am I supposed to believe that? Where's the credibility? There's the efficacy in that. None. There's nothing true about that you can. We're in the age of knowing.
Man.
You know, we're in the age of knowing.
I asked them about the sun and the planets and that stuff too. Like, all right. The scale you give us add up because you created it to add up. But how did you measure the distance from here to the sun? It can never be measured really accurate because you can never send an instrument close enough to it to get at least a measurement that you could use in like a ratio between it and it still, because you can't get, if it's what you saying it is, if it's a ball of fire that's blazing at this and this degrees, you can't send.
All you do is guess.
You can just guess.
Yes.
So like I said, the scale you use, I can see that you put it together very well to make sense to the person who just happened to had it in school and said, oh, it's 950 million miles away.
And nowadays that we got 2 moons, hey, which sun are we talking about now anyway?
So if that moon was right there,
Because sooner or later they're going to tell us we got 2 suns.
yeah, sooner or later you're gonna have to say, well, you know,
We got 2 suns also.
well, we usually just turn one dim a little bit,
Yeah. So, you know, exactly.
and it's be down
But
south.
they're going to call it a binary star system.
So what I've been telling, yeah, right. So I've been telling them is, I've been pointing it out. So we take, there's no way that anybody can dispute. I don't care where you work at, what force you work for. Anybody that's watching this right now, you cannot debunk this. We need to take our kids to school at 7:40 in the morning. At 7:43, we're headed west. We look up in the sky. There's the sun and the moon. Side by side. If we live in a 12-hour light to dark system, there's no way we could see both of the light systems at one time in the sky, because that would mean the place that is dark, that should have that moon, either isn't dark or don't have their moon.
Yeah, not the way y'all explained it to us.
Not the way that you're explaining it.
Not the astronomy we grew up on. What I'm seeing in the sky don't match the astronomy I grew up on.
No.
So we need the narrative change. At what point do we flip-flop universes?
Right, because the science you gave tells me if I see the sun here, the moon has to be its opposite.
I've navigated like that.
It's like this, right? While it's getting dark, it's getting light. Like, so where do I get up in the morning and it's the morning? And they're both right here, though. Where I can visually say it to my son, "Son, do you see this in the sky?" And he say, "Yeah, that's the sun and the moon." And my daughter say, "That's the sun and the moon." Who lied to us and about what and for what?
Yeah, because they've also told us that they slowly cross. And that's why we get the eclipses, you know?
Right.
So, you know.
So if they crossing it, where was my eclipse at today? Or yesterday?
Well, they say over a time
period because of how
they're getting closer and closer, and that's how they predict everybody get the eclipse.
Because of the oblong. I get the pattern they're saying. It just still don't make sense.
But
to see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time to me.
Yeah, and honestly, I can never say that when I was a child growing up that I ever looked for that. So, but the very fact that that's an odd occurrence to me now means that it wasn't there when I was a child. Because
Right.
it wouldn't be odd to me now to look up and see the sun and the moon at the same spot in the sky.
Right.
Because I would have thought nothing of it, because it would have been normal. It had been normalized for me from a child growing up and seeing it. Just like we were told there were 9 planets. And only Saturn had rings. Now a lot of the planets have rings, and now Pluto's not a planet. And, so the science has changed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And who gave the person the power to change? Okay, so who is the person that's having the power to change the things they're saying is in space, and to title these things for what they are? Whose power is that to say that little light twinkling right there? Oh, that's NJ45678, and it's 7 million ways away, and that's in the system of so and so. Where if these are whole systems of hundreds and thousands of numbers, and we know them. Not only do we know them, if you're saying we know them and you're going to say we named them, how many years did it take to? Do you see some of the list of these things on the star map?
Oh yeah.
They also won't walk to me.
Don't worry about that. Don't let that hurt your feelings.
I don't even know what that means.
It means nothing. That's why I said don't worry about it. Womp has no value. It means womp nothing. Feel better? Yeah. Yeah, I looked at the star map. Every dot, everything has a number, a letter, a name.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Y'all telling us that y'all named this stuff? Or
Right.
How is it getting these names and numbers?
The random.
The AI that been out there is that
Is random access code being printed by the computer to assign all of these numbers to these different planets, and planetary systems, and solar systems that we're seeing through the Hubble telescope and the James Webb telescope. So now the computer is randomly naming all of these, and then we get to them when we get to them.
Yeah.
Because we got numbers on them. Is that what they want us to believe?
Is that what y'all saying? Wow. But they were here already. Because when I was young, I seen one of the books that had these in it and I was young. So you trying to tell me they was doing this in the 40s? These things had names in the 40s. Look, I grew up knowing what star Sirius is and Andromeda. So this is older than what y'all are giving this. Like the reality is this is way heavier than what people thinking. You're talking about a system that's been this large, titled, named, and given numbers and all this. That if your mama was taught this, and she said that her mom was taught this a little bit in school, then that system of all these numbers is there already. But you saying we ain't went out there, we ain't been there, and we ain't seen nothing because telescopes and really wasn't that strong. What are you talking about? These are lies.
It's like it's like buildings that are founded.
Yeah.
We didn't build them. We just told you we found them.
So y'all ran into somebody's information and stole it, and y'all applying it to us. This is information that comes from somebody else that left us data. It really didn't leave it. Y'all just happened to find it and use it and say it's yours.
Y'all just won't give us the other stuff you find it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Because nobody say the civilizations that y'all find left it for someone to find and claim and say, here, this is what we left you. If there were stories, then that was them in that time frame, living in that time, had nothing to do with you later on finding nothing, reading nothing.
Yeah. The very fact that you can broadcast over the internet through a telephone system using a microphone system, and you can go all over the world now to millions of viewers if they so choose to tune in. But you as an individual person, you don't have the ability to do this kind of stuff. You don't have access to this kind of tech to do this. Right. So you're telling me that they're not withholding information and that it's only being used for the elitists for different reasons? I mean, there are many reasons. I think if you do some studying on your own, you'll find your own reasons why, because they're many faceted. But never believe.
Yeah.
Because unless I have access to the same tech,
right?
And this is what they say. Well, you do. You can buy the same systems to build your own phone and things like that. Yeah, up to a point. There's certain chips that I'm not going to be able to get because you guys have proprietary rights to them, so you're not going to give them to me.
Some material.
So I got to go to get a base chip, and so now I've got a base phone. And now you're not going to let me get on your network. So I got a useless phone now.